Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Beast, and we are 2 months away from Sonic Frontiers. It's crazy how fast time flies. Like, I swear it was just yesterday when we first got that Sonic Frontiers gameplay at Summer Games Fest back at the very beginning of June. That mess was crazy. But I wanted to make a video about the top 5 things I wanted to see in Sonic Frontiers before the game drops. I'm not sure how much more can actually even be done with the game at this point. I feel like they're probably just like in like the anti-bug phase or whatever you call it. Like, I don't think they're really actually adding any more stuff in, but you know, there's a lot of things that I wanted to see in the game that they already have in, and so these are just things that we haven't had confirmed yet and that I still want to be in the game. So starting off with number 5, I want improved level design. And so for the first island, you know, I understand it's supposed to be kind of like the tutorial for a lot of people. You know, with the Sonic movie coming out this past year, there's gonna be like a lot more new. What am I dumb? There's gonna be a lot of new fans coming into the franchise for the first time. So I know they have like a couple of basic stages like Green Hill Zone, Sky Sanctuary. All those stages were pretty basic, and even one of the acts of the city stage was pretty basic as well. Like, you know, he was running for like 20 seconds and there were like no obstacles. Like, it's not like, yeah, like, you know, in City Escape and Sonic Adventure 2, the cars would be driving at you and stuff like that, and they would slow you down if you bumped into them. But nah, it's just some parked cars all just sitting right there. And of course they had the branching pathways and stuff like that, which I liked, but I would like to see, like, on the other islands, I wanted them to ramp it up a bit. And so of course the branching pathways is good, but we need more obstacles, because like the branching pathways don't really mean anything if there's not anything that will like slow you down, you know. And I think I want to see more enemies in the levels, but the thing is, the homing attack is so strong. Like, any enemy that's ever in all of the gameplay I've seen, you will only ever see an enemy for like 2 seconds because of how far the homing attack reaches. And like, just like, you know, obviously they're one hit. Most Sonic enemies are one hit, but it's just insane. Like, you can't, you know, they don't do anything and they don't like get in the way. So there's really no point in adding more enemies unless you just, I don't know how you're gonna do that. Homing attack is OP. So with number 4, I want like an endless battle mode or a boss rush mode. I know most Sonic games have a boss rush mode, but you know, they're taking a lot of inspiration from Breath of the Wild in this game and just Zelda in general. And one thing that Zelda does a lot, like in Wind Waker or Twilight Princess, is that they have like those tunnels. You go down into like those bottomless pits where they just have rooms of enemies, and the enemies, that's like each room you beat, there's more enemies that come on and they're more powerful and things like that. And of course you can get rewards for how long you can survive before dying. And the combat in Sonic is the best it's ever been, in my opinion. You know, I know there's people who will debate Sonic Unleashed has the best combat, but you know, I'm not finna talk about that in this video. But I would love to see something like that in this game, and maybe you can get some cosmetic rewards. Or of course they have like the Amy collectibles or the Knuckles collectibles, things like that. I personally have spent like a lot of time in those kind of dungeons as a kid, you know, playing Twilight Princess and things like that, and they're just a lot of fun. And so for number 3, I want cosmetics in the game. And yeah, we know that there's going to be customizable gloves and customizable shoes, but I hope it's not like Sonic Colors Ultimate. I was really excited about those kind of options. I love customizing characters. That's like one of my favorite things to do. Like, I used to play Madden or like games that I can make my own character. I'd just be spending hours in the character creator. Skyrim, you only see your character once, basically, just at the very beginning. But I spent so long. Gotta get everything right. And so for me, Sonic Colors Ultimate was a little bit of a disappointment, just because the options were so ugly, bro. Like, the gloves, like the pattern and stuff like that. Like, oh my gosh, like Sonic, you know, he looks very good with like the minimalistic type of things. Like the different color shoes, like, okay, that's cool. I don't need no neon zigzag patterns or tiger stripes or something like that. No, that looks crazy on him. But what they need to give us the soap shoes back. That's literally, if they don't add soap shoes in Sonic Frontiers, I will literally cry. Like, that's the biggest thing that I need in this game. I need the soap shoes. And I think also, like, rings having different, instead of gloves. I know there is they already confirmed you can customize your gloves, but honestly they don't really look that good. Like the white is just, it's too pristine. So but rings instead, like the maybe different kind of rings, or you know, when in Smash Bros, how when you change Sonic's color palette, he also has different rings on his arms. And so I think that would be a really good idea. Or you know, have like a cosmetic bounce bracelet, for example. You know, that would be cool. But the main thing I really need them to bring is something that will end the whole cool debate, the whole Sonic model debate. I need them to add unlockable Sonic model. I think having like an unlockable Sonic model for him, you know, whether it's the Adventure Sonic or the Boom Sonic. There are leaks, people are saying that there's Boom Sonic in the game. You can have his outfit with that bandana. I don't really care for Boom Sonic. I really didn't want Adventure Sonic. And I know some people like the Sonic 06 with his long quills. And I think it would just stop all the fighting. That if you can just pick the Sonic that you like the most, or that you relate to the most. And you know, just people are already fighting about controls or how Sonic moves and things like that. And Sega was so smart, or Sonic Team was so smart, where they said, oh, you guys are always so nitpicky with your speed and the turning and the acceleration, stuff like that. So they just literally let us toggle that all on our own. Like they literally gave us the sliders and said, y'all figure it out. If y'all know what to do, if y'all really know the best way to go about this, and here y'all do it. And so I think they should do the same thing with the models. I think it'd be really helpful. Part of me feels like that's going to be DLC. I would hope it's in the base game, but you know, I won't be that mad, honestly, just as long as it's in the game. And my number 2, and this is honestly the biggest thing that I need fixed in Frontiers. All the other stuff, okay, is just stuff I want, but this is something that the only really big problem that Frontier still has, and to me it's just some of the animations. I just want some of these animations fixed. I know there's only 2 months till the game comes out, so I don't think a lot of like big things are realistic to see fixed, because if the game is released in 2 days, I feel like 2 months, I think that means the game is actually going to be finished in like a month, because you know, they have to ship and they have to make the disc and the packaging and all that stuff. And so I don't know how much longer they're actually going to work on this mess. But the biggest animation that I need fixed is that standing animation. It's the one like in the middle of his combo where he will just stand in midair, or when he does that zigzag move, he literally, his model is just standing in place and it just gets pulled back, and it just looks just so jarring. And so I don't really think that would take that much effort to fix. Like I don't know much about game design or anything. Like the most I've ever done is script some admin commands into Roblox. That's about as much as I've ever done. But in my head, I feel like instead of having them, what's happening is that after he does like a punch or a kick, he goes into standing position. Like that's what the game is telling him to do. But you should be able to program it to where if you're in the air, yeah, if you're on the ground, yeah, you want to go back to standing. But if you're in the air, it should translate into the falling animation. But you know, I don't know too much about that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's feasible, but please just fix that one animation and we're good. Fix that animation, and actually it's not even just that. It's, you know, when he also runs off of, like when he runs off of something, he does like those flips in the air. He also does like has his hands and legs spread out like he's free falling. It's actually a really cool animation that they first showed it off in the Nintendo Direct trailer in that one. But the thing is, and all the gameplay I've seen at Gamescom and stuff, whenever he does that, he's almost, a lot of times he's sideways, like he's like sideways in the air the wrong way. So they need to fix that and like orient him in the correct way. Those are like the two main things that need to be fixed, and then we're good. And my number one thing that I want to see in Sonic Frontiers is, actually I was looking at my notes and I actually can't find where my number one was. I don't know what I did. I think I actually deleted it, but but from the top, at the top of my head, something that I kind of wanted into the game is I wanted like a hard mode for the levels. I know that there are generally 4 missions for each level. I think it's complete the game, complete the stage, get an S rank, get this amount of rings, and then find all the red rings. I think that's all pretty cool. I think that the game would benefit a lot from a hard mode, having like an additional hard mode mission. And I don't think that it's in the game currently, just because of how like the whole because of what we've seen so far, we haven't seen any kind of hard mode. Maybe this would be good as DLC. Maybe I need to make a video on DLC, on some Sonic Frontiers DLC that it needs. But imagine if they would come back and add a hard mode to every stage, and just of course add more obstacles or more enemies or things like that. Just add like more challenge. You know, it would satisfy us older fans who know how to play the game. Like, we're used to this kind of mess. Like, they don't, cater to both sides. And so I think it'd be really good. My main complaint about the stages isn't even the level design, it's really the length. Like, I really don't like that length. I wish, this I guess is my number 0 thing I want in Sonic Frontiers. I wish that there was, now this is not gonna happen. This is some hopium copium dreams. But if you could, all these stages are like separated into acts, so there's 3 Green Hill zones, right? I would love if, like, after you beat Kronos Island and you've done all the things for Green Hill Zone, I wish you could play a version of Green Hill Zone of all of those 3 combined. So it's just like a longer Green Hill instead of like all 3 of them broken up. Because the way it's set up is that I think there's 2 that are fully 3D, and then one of the Green Hill Zones is 2D. So just imagine you just mash them together. That'd just be so beautiful, and like finally like a full-length stage. And I get why they have it bite-sized and like a minute or 2 long. It's just because you want all the shrines all around the game, and it goes into that feedback loop. Like, the game wouldn't really work as well is if instead of, so there's 3 Green Hill zones, 3 cities levels, and there's probably going to be 3 chemical plants and 3 sky sanctuaries. So that's 12 levels right there. So instead of having 12 levels spread out throughout the island, imagine having only 4 shrines. I mean, I guess the gameplay loop would still be nice, even if just 4 big shrines you'd go to and you'd have a big level. But I don't know. You know, we just have to play the game and see which would really be the best. But yeah, that's my hopium copium dream, is that they just mash all the levels together at the end. And like, if you go, so there's 3 Green Hill shrines, and then one of the Green Hills has like a sunset type. And so no matter which shrine you go to, it's the full level. But like, if you go to the sunset one, then it'll be the full level but sunset. You know what I'm saying? But that's just hopium copium. I don't know if that, and just looking at the city levels, there's that one city level that's like, that we saw at Gamescom that looked like City Escape, but like at night, and it was like dark and like looked kind of futuristic, and it looks nothing like the other city stages that we saw. So it doesn't, I don't think that could all become one stage. That is too jarring for that mess. They look completely different, so I don't know if we could do that. But yeah, that's my hopium copium. Hey, but if you guys made it to the end of this video, I'm gonna be making some more Sonic videos, and maybe I will do like a video on some Sonic DLC. I may have to reuse the hard mode thing that I was talking about. But anyway, thanks for all for watching, and y'all be safe. Peace.